Hello, dear test takers. Welcome back to my Grammar for Success channel. I'm Koresh Babu, a retired lecturer in English from Hyderabad. In today's video, I'm going to explain the grammar questions given in 2017 TET paper 2. Okay, I needless say that practicing and solving the previous year's question papers will not only help you get acquainted with the pattern of questions, the kinds of questions, and the framing of questions, but also help you gain more confidence over the subject. Therefore, I request all of you to watch this video till the end without skipping it in the middle. I also request you, if possible, if at all you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and share it with all your friends and near and dear ones. Okay, thank you so much. Now let's get into the video. Your grammar questions will begin from 61st question onwards, right? All of you know pretty well about that, right? That is the serial number. So at the beginning of the question paper, I mean to say grammar question paper, so you have been given a passage. You have to read that passage carefully. You have to understand that, and you have to answer the questions given below that passage, and with 4 alternatives under each question. You have to choose the right option or the right answer, right? And here I am going to give you the passage, and for your convenience, I'm going to read this passage, and I'm also going to explain it to you. Please try to understand this passage thoroughly well, because I cannot come back to this passage while answering the questions. Therefore, please listen to this very carefully. And now let me explain this matter. Child psychology is certainly not a strong point with most Indian schools. Here in this passage, we are talking about the child psychology. Child means, psychology means the science of mind and behavior. The science that deals with the mind and behavior. Child psychology means child's mind and child's behavior. So this is called child psychology. This child psychology is certainly not a strong point. Not a strong point means not a very important point for whom? With most Indian schools. That means for the Indian schools. For most of the Indian schools, this child psychology is not an important point or an essential point. That's the meaning of that. Why else would it inflict a double trauma on a student faring badly in the pre-boards by banning him from taking the exams? Okay, then when that is the thing, when they consider this child psychology as an unimportant or insignificant point, therefore what are they doing? They are just inflicting a double trauma. Double trauma means double pain, double punishment to the children. Wow. For which students faring badly in the pre-boards, pre-final examinations. Pre-boards means pre-final examinations. If the students fare not well or poorly, then what happens? Badly, then they are not allowed. Banning them from taking the exams means they are not allowed to take the board examinations. Okay, board examinations are different from pre-board examination. Pre-board means pre-final examinations. That is what you have to understand. So here they are giving 2 kinds of punishments for the children. How? They are failing in the pre-board examinations. That is one punishment for them, and they are also not allowed to take the final examinations or board examination. In this way, the students are subjected to a lot of, we can say, mental anguish, okay, a lot of pain, lot of, we can say, grief. And that's why what is happening often with the total results as evidenced by reports of student suicides in the run-up to the board. And therefore, since they are not allowed to take the board examinations or final examinations, some delicate students, some sensitive students are even committing suicide. So in that way, many cases all over the country are being reported. That's the problem. So that's why what is that? Now the Central Board of Secondary Education, CBSE, very well, has stepped in and put the brakes on. That's good. So the CBSE has, this issue has come to the notice of the CBSE, and it has immediately taken up this issue as an important issue, and it has put brakes on that. Brakes on that means it has stopped, you can say, that tradition of not sending the children to the final examinations or board exams, right? And this is good news for parents and students. As a matter of fact, this is good news for parents and students, and many of whom have had to live with the threat of the performance linked department. Earlier, many of these parents and students had to live with the threat, with the fear of the performance linked department. In every what is that, corporate school, what is that, there is a department called performance linked department. What does that department do? It will take into account the students progress, whether the students are faring well in the examinations or not, whether they are progressing or regressing. So they take, they will be always observing, the students. So that is the department, performance linked department, that is there. It is the job of that department. While the school's logic is that in order to attract talented students, they need to maintain their performance records at high levels. Very well, in not only in corporate high schools, but also in corporate colleges, the same trend is continuing now. What is that? They attract only, in order to attract talented students or highly intelligent students. What are they doing? They are maintaining their performance records at high levels. Even in a just reputed school also, they hold some test for the students. Okay, if they get through the test, they give admission to those children. Otherwise, they don't give. All over the country, the same thing is prevailing. Okay, that is there. The assumption that a student faring poorly, the pre-boards will replicate this at the boards is faulty. So there is an assumption that whoever fares badly in the pre-final examinations will surely fare badly also in the board examinations or final examinations. But in fact, it is faulty. It is a wrong assumption. Okay, right. And chances are that the student will be spurred to work doubly hard. So chances are there, because sometimes we cannot predict the child psychology. Sometimes they look dull and muff and what you call not active, but sometimes they feel very active and they work vigorously. So here what happens, chances are that the student will be spurred to work. Spurred means he might act with you can say a sudden increase in speed. He may work hard with a sudden increase in speed. Suddenly, he might work very hard, and such chances are also there. Don't think a dull student is always a dull student. There is every possibility. There is every chance that he might, that he will, become sharper. He will become cleverer and cleverer. It is like that. Okay, there are some chances. On the other hand, the threat of the department will almost certainly impact her performance adversely. And when the student knows that there is a performance, linked department in that school, always an average or a mediocre student will be afraid of the department. That department will be always in his mind, and fearing that department, he might you might fare badly in the examination. Because when there is fear lurking in the mind, when there is fear in the mind, you automatically you fail. You cannot perform well. That problem is there. That is the psychology of the students. When you feel that somebody is observing you, though you are an intelligent boy, you might you can say feel shy, and you may fail to discharge, or you may fail to perform your you can say gifts openly, because somebody is observing you. So this observation of this performance linked department is always on the students. Therefore, they are also that is working adversely on the students. That is adversely affecting the students. Of course, linking pre-boards to the boards, that means pre-boards means pre-final examinations to the final examinations, is only one of the problems with our school system. In India, this is the school system. In the Western countries, this is not like that. They don't give any grades or anything. Only in India that dirty problem is you can say continuing, and because of that problem, our children are suffering very seriously, and even some sensitive students are committing suicides. Okay, whatever it is, this is all about this passage. And now let's go to the questions. I cannot come back to this passage, therefore I make use of my iPhone. Okay, right. Answer the following questions choosing the right options. Okay, that is there. Now 61st question is there. Choose the word which is most opposite. Okay, most opposite means almost opposite. Okay, in meaning of the word spur as used in the passage. Okay, passage. What do you mean by this spur? Spur means, what is that? To act as with what is that? With a sudden, to act with a sudden increase in speed. Automatically, what happens certain times, they act with a sudden increase in speed. They work very fast. Sometimes that is the child psychology. Let us read the passage. The chances are that the student will be spurred to work doubly hard. They are, the students are very likely to work or to act. Act means to work, let us say, to work with a sudden increase in speed. So that is there. And now let us see the options given under this. Okay, 4 options are given: depress, enlarge, activate, sustain. Okay, here what is that? The very first one is depress is there. Depress is the opposite of this spur. So working with a sudden increase in speed is this one, and depress means acting slowly. Depress means acting slowly. Something, it is acting fast. It is acting fast, and what is that? Acting slowly. Okay, the opposite of this spur is this depress. Okay, this the first one is the right one, and enlarge means expand. Okay, activate means very well, this is also not correct. Sustain means what is that? To prolong. Okay, so enlarge, sustain, activate are not the opposite of this spur. Only this, what is that? Depress is the right. Depress means to act very slowly. Okay, now let's go to the second question. Choose the word which is similar in meaning to the word replicate as used in the passage. In the passage, it is used, replicate is used. The assumption that the pre-boards will replicate this at the boards is faulty. So that means whatever the performance they exhibit, okay, in the pre-board exams, the pre-final examinations, so the same thing they replicate in the final examinations. Okay, board examinations. Replicate means repeat. That itself is we can understand. So let us see the similar in meaning. Enhance, no. Achieve, no. Perform, no. Repeat, this is the right one, because enhance means to increase, achieve means to achieve, you achieve success, and perform means what is that? Okay, you do something. So 1, 2, 3, these are not the correct ones, and only the fourth one is the right one. Now let's go to the next questions. 63rd question: which is the good news for parents according to the passage? What is the good news? Come on, let us see the options first. Okay, schools will take the responsibility of preparing students for the board. No. Schools will enforce discipline to ensure higher attendance of students. No. No student can be barred from the boards without prior clearance from the CBSE. This is the right one. And schools will provide studies facilities to the poor students. No. So in this way, first one, second one, fourth one are wrong. Only this is there because the CBSE has taken up this issue very seriously, and it has ensured that their students will not be debarred without their permission. Okay, so this is this is a piece of good news for parents. Okay, right. Now let's go to the next question. 64th one: schools wanted to enforce performance linked department in order to what? Schools generally what is it? They enforce performance. They will have this department in their school or in their college. Why? It is because in order to attract better quality students. The very first one is the right one. Okay, and get regular grant in aid from education department. No. Provide better study material to the students. No. To make students aware that they would aspire for their all-round development. No. So these are not the right one. Only this one is the attract better quality students. You know very well about Sri Chaitanya Narayana. These colleges and schools are there. What do? They attract only talented students, okay, intelligent students, very clever students, highly intelligent students, not ordinarily intelligent, highly intelligent students. Because by showing these intelligent students, they attract other students. Now let's go to the next question. 65th question. According to the passage, parents had to live with threat of, okay, it is also there in the, what is that threat of that? What are the options given here? And let us see that. Okay, falling grades of their words. No. linking performance of their words in pre-boards to the boards. Okay, this is the right one. Third one, not getting their words admitted in quality high schools. No schools creating traumatic situations for their words. Okay, not this. So first one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only this one is wrong because of this linking performance linked departments. Performance linking department will be there in every school and every college, especially in the corporate schools and colleges. This is maintained. And what is the job, what is the duty of this performance linked department? Means it will see that only, you can say, the best students will be forwarded to take the annual examination or for board examination, and whoever, you can say, does badly in the what you call pre-final examinations will not be allowed to take the final examinations, or what is that, board examinations. So that's why this was a threat for the parents. They lived under this threat. That was a big fear for them. They always thought about their children, whether their children would be allowed to take the final examinations or not, like that. So that's the meaning. That's why, according to this passage, this, what is that? Parents had the threat, means here the fear of this department. Performance linked department is there about that. Okay, now let's go to the next question. 66 to 70. The following passage has the 5 numbered blanks. For each blank, 4 alternatives are given. See whether it is the paper 1, TET paper 1 or TET paper 2. Okay. The question paper pattern is almost the same. So far I have taught 2022 TET paper 1 and 2, 2017 1 and 2, and this is the second paper, and 2016 TET paper 1 and 2. So I have observed all these question papers, and all these question papers are one and the same. The question paper pattern is just the same, only the questions are changing. This is every time being given. Of course, the passage is different, but the question style is different. And when you get acquainted with this kind of questioning, what happens, in the examination, the moment when you look at the question paper, you don't feel strange, you don't feel any nervousness, because already you are acquainted with this kind of questioning. The following passage has 5 numbered blanks. Each blank 4 alternates are given. So something like that. Every time the question is posed like this only, right? Now let's go to the passage. What is the passage? Okay. So here, men who are always dash, okay, about their poverty, complaining of their difficulties, what is that, whining dash their troubles, and thinking that in dash in this world is mean and poor, dash never get any happiness out of life or achieve dash success. Okay, let us see the questions. I cannot come back to this, therefore I am taking the help of this iPhone. See, 66th question is there. Men who are always dash about their poverty. Men who are always dash. Always dash means always muttering, no. Mumbling, no. Groaning, no. Grumbling is the right one. Why this is the right one and why they are wrong ones? Let us see that. Why? Muttering means, to speak in a low voice so that others may not hear that person. Okay, that's called muttering. You speak in a low voice. What is this nonsense? Like that. So you are speaking, your lips are, moving, and the voice is not coming in a louder manner, but it is, you are speaking in a low voice. Okay, that's called muttering. Mumbling means, you speak within yourself. Only lip movement will be there, and this is, mumbling. Mumbling means what? To speak in a, to say something in a low voice. To speak in a low voice, to say something in a low voice. You say something, always I'm being doing some hard work, I'm not happy. So you are just, mumbling. Mumbling means, okay, saying something in a low voice, speaking something in a low voice, saying something in a low voice. Okay, what is that? Groaning means, okay, expressing, what is that? Your pain, or your, what is that? Grief or something like that. It's groaning, right? And grumbling means what? Is this is, complaining, to say something angrily, to express dissatisfaction. Grumbling means expressing dissatisfaction, or complaining is also there. Therefore, this is the right one. These 3 are wrong ones. And now let's go to the 67th one. Over, about, with, out are there. So let us see that here. What is that? It is there, compling of the difficult, whining dash their troubles. Whining generally, after whining means to express, expressing grief, expressing pain. That is whining means, okay, now making a sound of sound of grief or pain. Okay, so that is generally followed by over or about, and generally I go with this one, and that's why I just strike off all these things. First one, third one, fourth one are out, because whining about, whining over is also there, but I don't go with this. And 1, 3, 4, this is also correct, this is also correct, two things are there, but I go with this. About is there. About is the most relevant one, thinking that dash in this word. Dash in this word means here are given 68th blank is there. A lot, lots, over a lot, their lot. So here a lot is wrong, lots is wrong, over a lot is wrong, their lot. Lot means here, what is that? Destiny. Okay, there you can say their lot, their destiny, their life, their future. Their life is poor, and what is that? Mean and poor. And dash never get any happiness out of life. And here another dash is there. Would, will, should, may. So what should we use in this? Here, according to the sentence, because the whole matter is running only in the present tense. So only when the whole paragraph is in the present tense, and would is not allowed, should is not allowed, may is not allowed, only will is allowed according to the context. In this blank, yes, will is used. Okay, will never get any happiness out of life, or achieve dash success, or achieve dash success. What is there? Some success, a success, the success, any success. Okay, dear test takers, in the previous sentence, never get any happiness. Negative statement is there. With a negative statement, you don't use some or a or the, you use only any. Any is always used with a negative statement or with an interrogative, what is that, a sentence. So these are the answers. 71st question is there. Identify the complex sentence from the following. Complex sentences. Okay, you know very well about the kinds of sentences. Okay, broadly speaking, there are 4 kinds of sentences. That is one aspect. And from another angle, the sentences are of 3 kinds: simple sentences, compound sentences, and complex sentences, right? And now let us see you can say ones. We read books but they watch TV. Okay, these are the 4 statements given here, and I'll give you a tip, so that if at all you are given any a question like this, in your coming examination, you can easily answer. So here, complex sentence, and let me tell you about the compound sentences. Compound and complex. Compound sentences are composed of, what is that? Made of, what is that? Coordinating conjunctions. Okay, coordinating conjunctions. Okay, and complex sentences are made of what is that? Subordinating conjunctions. Okay, subordinating conjunctions. Okay, right. Then what are the coordinating conjunctions? Here you see that, and, okay, as well as, okay, not only, not, let me write it here, not only but also. I'm giving a clear cut list. Okay, not only but also, right? Both and, let me write here, both dash dash and. Okay, both and, right? And as well as, both and, not only but also, one set. Okay, here, but it still, okay, however, okay, whereas. These are one set of conjunctions. Okay, and here are, nor, sorry, or else, otherwise. Okay, and either or, neither, nor. This is one set of conjunctions. Plus for and so. So these are the coordinating conjunctions, and whenever 2 sentences are combined with the help of these coordinating conjunctions, then they are called, that sentence is called, or those sentences are called compound sentences. That is the point. Okay, that's why you keep all these conjunctions in your mind this side. Okay, now let me talk to you about the subordinating conjunction. There are so many conjunctions are there. Okay, what is that? Since, so let me say when, since, as, while, so many conjunctions are there. Okay, while, as soon as, okay, and that, okay, lest, okay, so that, if, unless, okay, as though, although, even if, as if. These are all the subordinating conjunctions. I'm not able to give the full list of these subordinating conjunctions. Okay, these are the prominent ones. Okay, when, since, as, okay, till, until. Let me write the things here. Till, until. Okay, these are also very important. Before, after. Okay, before. Okay, after. Let me write here. After. So these are all what is that, subordinate. Till, until, before, when, since, as, after, while, as soon as, that, lest, so that, if, unless, though, although, even if, as if, etc. These are the subordinating conjunctions. Whenever the two statements are combined or joined with the help of these subordinating conjunctions, then that sentence is called a complex sentence. That means complex sentences are made of these subordinating conjunctions. Compound sentences are made of these coordinating conjunctions. If there is no conjunction in that sentence, that's a simple sentence, then there is no problem at all. So now you can watch it. Identify the complex sentence. Okay, we read books, but, okay, but is there. Here, but is there. So it's a compound sentence. As if you search for it in the school, you will get it. If sentence, if, unless. So this is a complex sentence. Therefore, it's wrong. You go there, or, nor, or else, otherwise. These are all compound coordinating conjunctions. They make compound sentences. That's why this is a compound sentence. She's not only but also. Okay, not only but also is there. Not only but also. So here, what is that? First one, third one, fourth one are compound sentences. Only the second one is the complex sentence. So this is how you have to understand this. Okay, please keep this point in your mind. Okay, now let's go to the next question. 72nd question is there. He woke up to hear the sound of bells in the distance. Okay, dash in the distance. What should be used in this blank? Okay, what are the options given here? Let us see them. Right option: clanging, banging, buzzing, whistling. Okay, which one is the right one in that? Okay, the sound of bells, clanging or banging. What is that? Clanging is the right one, because clanging means, you can say, clanging means making a loud noise with the two metal, what is that, metal pieces when banged together. When two metal pieces, when you bang together, a loud sound will come out. That sound is called clanging. Okay, clanging means, this is the right one here. And here, banging means what? Banging is not the correct one there. Buzzing is not the correct one. Whistling is. Banging means what? You can say hitting something hard. When somebody, when somebody comes to your house, there is no, what is that, doorbell. Then what does he do? He will knock at the door, or sometimes even if you don't open the door, he will bang on the door. Banging means with a palm, is banging. Okay, you bang the door. You bang the door. And another meaning is also there for banging. Banging means closing the doors or windows with a loud noise. She banged the doors on my face. She banged the doors means she closed the doors with a lot of noise. And buzzing means making a humming sound like bees. Like that, buzzing. And whistling means making a whistling sound. Whistle means, very well, with that, the sound. The god of a train will give a whistle. So this clanging is the correct one. 73rd one. Identify the phrase containing noun plus noun. Okay. What are the options given here? Strong light, shed light, light source, a light source, a ray of light. Okay, here, what is that? Noun plus noun. Okay, what is that noun plus noun pattern? This is the noun plus noun pattern you want. This is, this is not the right one. This is not the right one. This is not the right one. This is only the right one. Why? I tell you the reason. Strong is an adjective. Light is a noun. Strong light. That's why this cannot come under this pattern. Okay, the noun plus noun pattern. Okay, right. Shed light. Shed means this is a verb. Shed light means throw light. You throw light on something. So shed light means what is that? It's a verb, it's a noun. So this also does not come under this noun plus noun pattern. Light source is there. Don't get confused. Light means it's an adjective and it is a noun. Okay. Light means very scarce, very scanty, very small source. Light source. So that's why it's an adjective, it's a noun, and therefore this pattern will also doesn't come under this pattern. And here ray is there. Ray means a beam of light. Ray. Light means, okay, it's a lamp. Okay, ray of light means, what is that? Ray of light means it is noun plus noun. This only comes under this noun plus noun pattern. As far as my knowledge goes with this, I can say noun plus noun. This only comes under this noun plus noun pattern. Okay, and this is what I can say. And now let me go to the next question, 74th one. Amrita is getting married next month. Amrita will get married next month. And what is that? This is the question. Read the statements A and B and choose the right option. Okay, he is asking you to read these two statements and see whether they are correct or wrong. Okay, and what are the options given? Only A is correct. Only B is correct. Only A, B are correct. Only both A and B are incorrect. So something, these are the options. And now you read these statements. You know, Amrita is getting married next month, right? Amrita will get married next month, right? Because two statements are right, absolutely right. Because no, you can express a future action. What is that? Future planned action. Okay, planned action. Planned action. Where? In the present continuous tense. In the present continuous tense, you can express a future planned action. This is a future planned action that's going to take place next month. So future planned actions can be expressed in the present continuous tense, right? And a simple future is also there. It is also used for future actions. So in this way, this is correct and this is correct, and therefore both A and B are correct. Okay, these others are not correct, right? 75th one. When Padma stood first in class, Rekha, out of jealousy, what did she do? Ate her heart out, lost her heart, poured out her heart, praised from the bottom of her heart. So this cannot be correct because she's something negative word is used there. Out of jealousy, you don't praise her. So this is eliminated. Okay, then poured out of jealousy means out of jealousy. Jealousy means envy. What is that? You don't pour out your heart. No, you don't. You don't lose. Lost heart means disappointed. Out of jealousy or this. No, this is the first one. Ate her out. Ate her out means suffered. Okay, suffered. What is that? Suffered from, what is that? From an excessive longing. Okay, longing for, what is that? For this, for becoming, for standing top in the class, just like Padma. So ate her heart out means suffered from an excessive longing for something unattainable. Whatever is not attainable, for that if you have you can say excessive longing, then that is called, you say I ate my heart out. You have to say I ate my heart out. I ate my heart out means I am suffering from an excessive longing for that something. What is that something? So here this Rekha, out of jealousy, is suffering from an excessive longing for longing for what? For standing first in the class, just like Padma. So out of jealousy, she also wants to stand top in the class, just like Padma. I expect to get a prize. Okay, and what is the question given? The underlined part of the sentence is called a noun phrase because this is called a noun phrase. Okay, NP, noun phrase. Then it is because what? Because it is the object of the verb expect. The very first one is the right one. It contains a subject and a predicate. No, it doesn't have any subject and predicate. No, it's wrong. It qualifies the noun. No, it is independent. No. So it is the object of the verb. Object of the verb expect. Okay. So whenever this is the verb, object means to find out the object, what should you do? You must question the verb with what? I expect what? I expect what? To get a prize. To get a prize. I expect what? to get a prize. So this is the noun phrase. No, if it is in the form of a word, it is called a noun. If it is in the form of a few words, then it is called a noun phrase. 77th one, identify passive sentence. Okay, passive sentence are given here. Some sentence are given here. You have to choose the passive one. Okay, a nice house is had by them. Wrong. It's not in the, though it is in the passive, it is given in the passive voice. It's not the right one. I am not fitted by my shoes. Wrong. A Greek goddess is resembled by Shriya. Wrong. The furniture was broken up for firewood. This is the right one. Why this is right one means this is a transitive verb. Okay, and the furniture is the object of this. That means this is there. The furniture was broken up for firewood. Okay, the furniture. This is only the right passive voice, and these are not the right one, because here a nice house is had. See here, have. Had means have. Have means it is a word. It's a verb of possession. It's a verb of possession. All verbs of possession. Okay, all verbs of possession. What are the verbs of possession? Let me say have. Okay, own, belong, okay, possess. These are all the verbs of possession. They cannot be used in the passive voice. They don't have passive voice. And some other verbs are also there. Fit is there. Fit and resemble. Certain verbs, they are actually transitive verbs. Okay, let me tell you one important thing. And there are two kinds of verbs: transitive verbs, intransitive verbs. Transitive verbs means the verbs that take objects beside them. Only the transitive verbs can be changed into the passive voice. And intransitive verbs means the verbs that don't take objects. Therefore, they cannot be changed into the passive voice. This point you keep in mind. And here, this fit and resemble, these are, you can say, transitive verbs only, object to taking verbs only. But certain verbs in the English language cannot be changed into passive voice. For example, fit is there, resemble is there. Okay, yes. What is that? Way is there. Certain verbs are there. They cannot be. This fit. I am not fitted by my shoes. No. Yes. Greek goddess is resembled by Shriya. No. So in this way, this verb are not. Though they are what is that? Transitive verbs. They cannot be changed into passive voice. Okay. That is there. So only therefore these 1, 2, 3 are wrong. Only the fourth one is the right one. Please keep this point in your mind. And here they ought to be more sensible. Okay, this is a statement given here. Now what is the question being asked? Choose the correct question tag to complete the sentence. So question tag: oughtn't they, shouldn't they, mustn't they, can't they. So these are there. So ought to is there, you know very well. So this is a positive statement. So question tag, you know very well. For question tag, two things are there: positive, okay, statement is there. For positive statement, what is that? Helping verb you have to take, and not you have to add. Then the pronoun you have to add. So afterwards question mark. This is the question tag for positive statement. Positive statement. And for negative statement, you know, negative statement is there. For negative statement, simply what should you do? Simply helping verb plus pronoun and question mark. See this. For a positive statement, helping verb, not plus pronoun. So here this is the positive statement. You have taken ought plus not. You cannot say ought not like that, but you have to abbreviate that. Okay, you must abbreviate that. What should you do now? You must oughtn't they. So this should be abbreviated. That's why now oughtn't they. So this is the right one, and these three things are wrong. Okay, now let's go to the next question. 79th one. Choose the appropriate reply to an invitation. Okay, so you are given an invitation, and what answer will you give? What reply will you give? So here this question itself is ambiguous, I can say. What reply generally when somebody gives you extends an invitation to you, what do you say? That's very kind of you. This is what you say. Okay, you have to say thank you, that's very kind of you. Thank you for remembering me. Thank you so much. So there are so many, if the, here he should have said, a positive reply. What is the, choose the appropriate positive reply you should say. Then this is the right one. If it is a negative reply, this is the right one. Therefore, here simply he has given a reply. Yeah, generally, if anybody extends an invitation to you, gives an invitation, then what do you say? You try to attend it. Then you say thank you very much, or that's very kind of. This is what say. If at all you are not going to attend that, you can say function or party, then you say sorry, I am afraid I am not free. So here simply the question is ambiguous. Okay, it's not clear. Choose the appropriate reply to an invitation. Why do you give a negative reply? Why don't you give a positive reply? Therefore, I think he is asking you to give you a positive reply. Therefore, I go with this. If he has asked you to give a negative reply, then you go with this. So that's why I go with this one, because I always think in a positive way. Okay, that's why I go with this one, and these are wrong. Okay, right. Now let's go to the next question. What is that? 80th one is there. This man on TV said that dinosaurs. Choose the later part of the sentence which is grammatically correct. Later part. Okay, this is very important, later part. So, later part. What is it? This man on TV said that dinosaurs had been around for 250 million years. This is the right one. Were about 250 million years, wrong. Were around, these other things are have been, because the sentence is in the past tense. After the, when the sentence begins in the this is the main clause. So when there is simple past tense in the main clause, in the succeeding sentence or in the later part of the sentence, so here is later part, there must be past perfect. There's a rule. Of course, you can also say past tense, but after past tense, once there is some past tense in the other part of the sentence, there must be past perfect. Then it will be grammatically correct. As far as my knowledge of grammar goes with this question, this is not the right one. One of my students was arguing with me, why this is not correct? Why only this one? Because he might have seen somewhere, and this was were around for. No, I don't agree with that man, with you also, because this is in the past tense, and therefore in the later part of the sentence there must be past perfect, and that's why I can say I had been. What's that? The dinosaurs had been around for 250 million years. Okay, this is what I can say. 81st question. One speaks a strange dialect where I came from. That is there. A, B, C, D are there. What is the question? The sentence is divided into 4 parts, okay, labeled as A, B, C, D, right? And now identify the part of the sentence which has an error, and he is asking you to choose that part of the sentence which contains a grammatical error. Okay, what is that part which contains an error, grammatical error? Let us see that. Of course, he has given you 4 options. Okay, let the options be there. One speaks, correct. A strange dialect, correct. Where, correct. I came from, this is wrong. It is because the sentence is beginning with one. One is a pronoun. When the sentence begins with one, in the later part of the sentence, there must be again one. Okay, there should not be what is that he or what is that any other thing. Okay, here what is that? One speaks a strange dialect where I came from, where one came from. After one must be there. If at all there is his or her, you should say ones. Okay, 2 things are there. If the sentence begins with one, okay, right, there should not be any pronoun except one, right? If there is his or her, that must be once. O-N-E apostrophe S, once. But here his or her is not given, some pronoun is given. This I, he, him, no pronoun is used after that. Only one again should be used. One speaks a strange dialect where one came from. Okay, that's why A, wrong. B, C, one. Okay, right. Next question. John hates women. He is a hater of a woman is called misogynist. Misogynist. Gynecology, gynic means woman. Miso means hater, hating. So misogynist means hater of women. That's it. Polyglot means linguist, one who can speak many languages. linguist. Prodigy means a genius. Mercenary means especially a soldier hired to work for you can say in somebody's army. Now what is happening in Russia Ukraine army, and Wagner group is there, and that group is you can say has appointed special private army, and that army is working in that Russia Ukraine war for you can say for payment. Okay, misogynist is correct. Okay, this is not correct, this is not correct, this is not correct, so that's there, right. 83rd, read the parts of a sentence A, B, C, D, E which are jumbled. Okay, jumbled statement. This is every time being given in the examination. Okay, please get acquainted with this question. Jumbled statement sentences are given, you have to keep them in an order, right? And what are the jumbled statements now? Okay, here you see cashed on their internal rifts, entering these countries for commercial gains, and ultimately became their rulers. The British slowly stepped into the internal politics of those countries, and over a period of time gained total control. So these are the 5 statements. Okay, and now let us see the order of the sentences. Okay, cashed on their enter. So here this entering these countries for commercial gains, this is the first one. Okay, first means let me write B, right, and then comes entering these countries for commercial gains. The British slowly stepped into the internal politics of those countries. This D is the right one. Internal politics, stepped into the internal politics of those countries, internal politics, and then cashed on their internal rifts, internal clashes. So A is the must be right there. Then what is the BDA? Okay, entering this and over a period of time E is there, and over a period of time gained total control, and this E is there, and then ultimately became their rulers. Okay, this is nothing but our country. So here C is there. B, D, A, E, C. Okay, this is there. And here are options given. Okay, D wrong. This is there. A wrong. Okay, B with B. These two are dropped. Okay, with B 2 things are there. At the beginning B, B. Next to D, D. Okay, A is there. Okay, third level. In the third level it is dropped. This is dropped. B, D, A, E, C. So this third one is the right one, and all others are wrong ones. Okay. 84th one, identify the one word substitute from the following. So what are the options given here? One word substitute. Okay, ride means you ride on a bike. Okay, you ride your bicycle. Okay, riding means you know that very well. Participation means taking part in something, participation. Okay, successful means victorious, you know that very well. Omnipresent, this is only the right one. So wrong. Only omnipresent is the right one. Omnipresent means omni means okay, omni means all. Present means what? Yes, present means omnipresent means present. Okay, present in all places. Omnipresent means present in all places. Sarvantaryami, something in Sanskrit also you can say. And here 2 more words are there. Anyway, that's called omnipotent. That means all powerful. Sarva Shakti Mantudu, all powerful, omnipotent. Omni is always all. Omniscient. Omniscient means what is that? All knowledgeable, having all knowledge, having all kinds of knowledge. So omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. Please keep these words in your mind. These are all one word substitutes. Okay. Now 85th one, let us see the 85th. In the activity called scale drawings, okay, use it to develop speaking skills of students. Okay, scale drawings means some pictures are given. Okay, those pictures in teaching the language, some pictures are given, you have to describe the pictures. Okay, right, some pictures are given or some drawing is given, so the picture you have to describe in your own words. So scale drawings, especially in speaking skill, in teaching language, it is like that. Some pictures are given, you have to describe those pictures. So the students will use their own language to describe that picture. So scale drawings means, in mathematics, in other subjects also, drawing some pictures, triangle, hexagon, and circle, and all those things are there. So I'm not talking about other subjects, but as far as this speaking skills are concerned, in the scale drawings means some pictures are given, they are to be described by the students. Okay, thus the teacher tries to, you can say, help the students improve their language. Okay, now what activity is there? In the activity called scale drawing, used to develop speaking skills of students. What happens? One student passes the information. Okay, one student passes the information, right? What happens in the scale drawings? One student passes the information verbally to the other from a graph or picture with a few gaps, and the other tries to fill the gap. No, is not the right one. One student produces a diagram from the other student's description. Oh, that's very important. And the one student is seated here and he does not see the picture, and the other student, so this student is there, so he is describing that diagram or that picture, and the other student, what does he do? He will be, you can say, producing the same diagram. He will be, for example, in that book, some what is that, he'll keep that book in front of him and he'll be describing the diagram or that picture, and the other student, what happens, he will, what is that, produce the same diagram, okay, on a given squared paper, on a given paper. So if the picture described by this man and if the picture drawn by this man, if that is the same, that's called scale drawings. Okay, because this boy is listening to this boy, and listening to him, he can say, draw the picture. Therefore, he can improve his speaking skills, and listening skills he will improve, and after listening to this boy, he will be producing the same diagram or the same, what is that, picture. So that's why in the scale drawings, as far as the speaking skills are concerned, what is that, language will develop a lot. Okay, this is the right one, and this third one is wrong, this fourth one is also wrong. The students guess what it is when the teacher draws something indistinctly on the blackboard. Now the students draw the picture based on the clues given by the teacher. Now, so only the second one is the right one as far as my knowledge goes with this pedagogy, right? 86th one, remedial teaching. Remedial teaching is, what is that remedial teaching? So here 4 options are given. Nothing but reteaching, of course this is correct. Something where achievement is expected to be very low. No. Need not be highly specific and need based. Okay, this is. So here remedial teaching means, what is remedial teaching? It is, remedial teaching is nothing but reteaching, but not teaching all the things very slowly, one by one, not like that, but it is more like a crash course. This is the right one. Of course this is right. Remedial teaching means reteaching, but how? Like a crash course, very fast, because this will take place only at just before the final examinations. The teacher tests the students. Some students are lagging behind, their performance is not up to the mark. Then what does the headmaster or the principal do? Okay, then the principal asks that teacher or lecturer to go for remedial teaching. Then again they don't teach from the first chapter to last chapter in a slow manner or leisurely manner. What do? They teach like a crash course. So that's why this is more correct than this one. So this is wrong. 1, 2, 3 are wrong. Only this one is the right one. And you go to the next question, 87th one. One of the features of reflective teaching. You know about reflective teaching? This is a process by which the teachers look back their, what is that, way of teaching, and they try to improve their teaching, whether they are teaching the students in a satisfactory manner or not, and if not, what measures they have to take to improve their teaching. So this is called a beautiful point. Reflective teaching is very important. Every teacher must do that, but nowadays most of the teachers are not going for reflective teaching. You must checking your teaching. Don't think that you are teaching wonderfully well. Suppose I am teaching here. I don't think I am teaching you wonderfully well. There may be some mistakes. I am after all a human being. Okay, I may make some mistakes, but I must check every time. I'll watch this video again and again, and if at all I have spoken anything excessively, if at all I have spoken anything wrong, I will correct it here only. Editing will take 3 hours of time. And recording this video is taking just 45 to 60 minutes of time, but editing will take more time for me. I'll take it. If at all anything goes wrong, I will record it again. That is called reflective teaching, is very important. Okay, now what are the options? Predicting, no. Clarifying, no. Summarizing, no. Gathering new evidence. Reflective teaching, how can you know that how can you know whether you are teaching the students well or not? Only by asking the students, by conducting some small, what is the test, or some kind of feedback. You ask them to give their feedback. Some students say, sir is not teaching well, sir is teaching very fast, sir is teaching in an ambiguous manner, sir is teaching in not in a clear manner. So some feedback you will get. So you gather that feedback and then you improve your teaching in your future classes. So this is called reflective teaching. So this is the right one. Now you go to the next question. 88th one, listening to public speeches belongs to, you are listening to public speeches. KCR is speaking, Narendra Modi is speaking, some political leader is speaking. It's a public meeting. In the public meeting, you are listening to public speeches. How do you listen to them? Do you apply this focused listening? Do you listen to the public speech very attentively? No. Appreciative listening? No. Appreciative means to enjoy that. For example, you listen to songs. You listen to, what is that, stories. Only to appreciate. That means to enjoy. That is not there. You don't enjoy the public speeches. Casual listening? No. Only gist listening. Only very important things you only understand. You don't listen to them carefully, attentively, and all that. So that's why gist listening is the right one for this. And you go to the 89th one, the last but one. Another term used for graphic organizers in English language teaching is, in English language, graphic organizers are there. Graphic organizers mean visual tools. Visual tools are there. You know very well about the graphic organizers, diagrams, okay, maps, okay, and tables, matrix, and so many things are there. You have to what's the diagram is given, some table is given. On seeing the table, what is that? You have to guess the information. There is no information, only data is there. You have to understand in which year there is a tremendous progress of the students, in which year there is less progress, there is more progress, average progress. So there is some picture is given here. You have to read the, you can say, picture, reading picture, this visual tools. You have to read that. Okay, and language teaching. In language teaching, what happens? It is nothing but graphic reading is not correct, almanac not correct, discourse is not correct. On information transfer. So from this picture, information you gather, you extract. You get information from this. Some data is given here. Take it for granted. This is a diagram. This is a table. Some data is given. From this table, you get some information. So therefore, information transfer. Graphic organizers in English language teaching is information transfer. This is the another name for another term or another name for graphic organizers. Right. You go to the last one. 90th. One of the following helps us to get a bird's eye view of the book. Okay, a brief description. Okay, a brief picture. Bird's eye view means a brief picture or brief description of the book. Brief description. What that book is about. A brief picture or brief description. Okay, what is that? Identify it. What is that? 4 options are jacket. No. Jacket is nothing but a protective cover of the book. Okay, it's called a jacket. Front page, no. In the front page only you can find the index. Okay, the preface means prelude. In that, introductory remarks of the author you can find. Only the blurb is the right one. Blurb means a brief description of what is written in the book. It is generally given on the back side of on the back of the book. On the back of the book. On the back of generally book buyers will go through this blurb and then they buy it because they cannot read the entire book. Just the brief picture of that book of that book. A brief description of that book is given in the blurb. So that is given on the back page, back side of the, okay, on the back of the book, on the back side of the book. Okay, this is called the blurb. So dear test takers, with this video comes to an end. Okay, dear test takers, thank you so much for watching this video. If at all you have any problem, okay, please mention it in the comment section. I'm ready to answer that. Okay, I'm for you because I'm determined to help you a lot, and I want to be a part of your success. Okay, especially or as far as this English grammar is concerned. Okay, right. And one more important thing I would like to tell you, I am going to upload 2016 paper 2 also. Until then, bye all of you. Right.